guys, hey, this is Mark. This is the second deck profile with the Danger Dark Worlds. Added some new cards in here to help it out. Some suggestions that were given on my last video were pretty interesting. I try to follow as much as I can, and this is the deck journey number 2. We're gonna go straight into the cards that I'm running in this deck and so forth. But yes, I did cut this deck down. It was at, I think, 51 or 52, but I cut it down to 42 now. So we're gonna see how this works out at our local tourneys today, and hopefully it plays good. I mean, playing it at 52/51, it was okay at first because I added some cards there that helped synergize this deck, but then some other things came up that I had to pull them out. And let's go straight right into this video. So for starters, we're gonna run 3 Grapha, of course, still standard. 3 Grapha, you gotta run 3. Always gonna see 3, and that's why trade in comes in clutch with it, because it is a level 8, so you can activate trade in, discard this, keep this in the grave, and then draw 2 cards. So you get +2, and then when you have a Dark World monster out on the field, bounce that Dark World monster back and special summon this from the grave. Alright, just remember, okay, Grapha's effect when it's discarded by a card effect, it's not a hard once per turn, so you can continuously pop, keep popping as long as you keep coming back to your hand. Activate a Danger's effect. If this gets popped, effect kicks off, you pop a card on the field. And it's not only face up, but any card on the field. It is a 27 beater, and it's pretty good. Helps with our rank 8 plays and so forth. Still standard 3 Brow. Gotta run 3 Brow. Alright, browse your draw, another Dark World name, and it is your draw power when it's discarded. You gotta run 3 Beige, okay? Beige, Grapha, card combo right there off the back. If Beige is discarded, special summon. If you have Grapha in the field, bounce back Beige, and then summon Grapha from the grave, and then do it all over again. Activate a Danger. And honestly, what's really good with this, with Beige and Grapha, is that you can constantly use Grapha as link material. It's crazy because you can use Grapha as link material, Beige as to help bounce back to your hand, and then bring back Grapha. Like, for real, you can't go wrong with that. I mean, it's a 2-card combo, and it's crazy. And you can use it for, like what I said, your link summons. Alright, and then standard 2 Snow. You only want to see 2. Alright, because the reason why is 3 is bricky. 2 is pretty bricky, but then if you have any other extenders, like danger cards to help get this popped, so you can add more Dark World cards, especially if you need Grapha, you can get Grapha back to hand, or get it to hand, or any other Dark World cards. Alright, so that's pretty standard for the Dark Worlds. Same thing, 3 Danger Bigfoot, 3 Danger Thunderbird, trade in. They are level 8s. Their effects kick off with trade in. Oh yes, that's another thing, okay? So with Grapha and trade in, Grapha doesn't get its effect. Alright, it's totally different compared to like Dangers. So if you activate trade in with one of these 2 Dangers, alright, Bigfoot or Thunderbird, they get their effects when they're sent to the graveyard. Alright, Grapha is totally different. It's not, you won't get Grapha's effect if you do trade in. Alright, so yeah, 3 Mothman, pretty standard. Always gotta run Mothman. The reason why this helps, this right here plus Grapha is good. Alright, because if you get if they pop Mothman and you have Grapha in hand, you draw 1, discard the Grapha, pop a monster or a card on the field, and you can go on from there. And this is a level 4. Alright, Chupacabra, level 4 standard. It's also a Monster Reborn, basically for your danger monsters. If this is sent from hand to grave, or if it's discarded, you get it's a graveyard effect where you can special summon 1 danger from the grave. Alright, it's a level 4 again. You can use it for things such as Abyss Dweller, Dagaris, so you can get +2 cards or +1 card in your hand, and then you discard either a Danger or a Dark World, and the effects kick off. Double Jackalope, just to get our level 8s onto the field, or our level 4s onto the field if it gets popped, and then it is an extender too as well. Alright, Tsuchinoko. Alright, you don't even have to use your normal summons to link. Right here, Tsuchinoko is like right off the back, and Jackalope is already pretty good. Alright, the reason why, if it's popped, special summon itself from the grave. If Jackalope is popped, you special summon a Danger from the deck to the field. And you haven't normal summon yet, you haven't tribute summon yet, and that's why it goes on to some other cards that I run in here. that help that out. And of course, sadly, one Nessie. All right. I mean, I can't wait for Nessie, Jackalope, and Tsuchinoko. Hopefully, this next ban list it goes back up to at least 2. This goes back up to 2 or 3. That would be crazy. But yeah, and then moving on to the other card that I run, the last monster that I run is One Shot All Beast. Because of its draw effect, if it's sent to the graveyard by a card effect, get to draw 1 card. It is another super poly target. The reason why is, you know, you haven't used it in your normal summons yet. Tribute summons, send this on the field, and then going first, you already have him. Opponent summons a monster, it's dark, activate super poly, use this, and I said Tsuchinoko, or whatever monster they have on the field that's a dark, bring out what's her name, El Shaddoll Winda, and then Shaddoll Beast gets its effect when it's sent to the graveyard by a card effect. It is sent to the graveyard by a card effect, so you will get that draw. Alright. Okay, moving on. Gonna run double Dark World D-Links. Okay, each of these cards I'm only running 2 of because I tried running it at 3 and it's pretty bricky, so 2 has seemed very consistent. Double Allure of Darkness, double Trade In, and then the new cards that I just added in this deck is double the beginning of the end. Alright, there was a comment there that was given to run this, and I have been waiting for it to come into the mail. It did just come in yesterday, so I finally input it into my deck. It's pretty good because I run a heavy load of dark monsters. So yeah, if there are 7 more darks in the graveyard, you can banish 5 and then draw 3 cards. That's a +3 right off the bat. And then another card that I run that helps draw and also recycle back my materials is Pot of Avarice. 1 Pot of Avarice, target 5 monsters, send it back to the deck, and then draw 2 cards. Right, so you're just recycling your materials. And then the last one, 1 card destruction, just so we can bait our opponent out with all the other effects of the dangers, or adding, like, you know, trying to send cards to the grave. Let the Mash Blossom that, like Dark World D-Links or the danger, and then card destruction. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the draw cards. Moving on to the other cards I run double super polymerization. Alright, double super poly is good. Honestly, even with 2 playtesting it, I always seem to see it. Even just with that, just at 2. If I had it at 3, I think I would have bricked so many times at 3. I do run 1 danger response team. All you need is 1. 2 is bricky, and you can use its effect, both effects that turn. So you can return back a danger, return back a monster that your opponent controls. While this is engraved, discard the danger so you can get its effect to shuffle this back into the deck and then draw 1. So prime example is if you have Tsuchinoko on the field, use this, bounce Tsuchinoko, use this as effect to discard Tsuchinoko, which you haven't used its graveyard effect yet, and then send this back, draw 1, special summon Tsuchinoko. It's crazy, because then you use this just to get rid of that, and you end up with another monster in the field. Alright, and last one is 1 monster reward. And that's pretty much it. So we're running at 42 cards for the main deck. Moving on to the extra deck. Alright, so the extra deck, of course, you gotta run the 1 Yugi token, just in case someone needs a token, you have it right there off the bat. And yeah, it's really nice. 1 IP Masquerena going first, another interruption, Nightmare Phoenix just to get rid of back rows, and then you can use the Danger's effect with it. So you can do this, link summon into this, discard like a Bigfoot, Thunderbird, Jackalope, or whatever danger, and then pop a card on pop their back row, and then you can get the Danger's effect. Alright, just to help out IP Masquerena, or even just going second period, you can just Nightmare Unicorn. Alright, bounce some cards from the field back into the deck or hand. Or actually deck, goes back to the deck, sorry. Yep, and then 1 Topologic Zoroboros. The reason why is we do banish a lot here. I mean, the beginning of the end, Allure of Darkness, can banish that just to special some, like, you know, gain its effect to get 200 attack for every banished card on the field. And it's pretty OP because if you have this on the field going first, your opponent summons a monster to a link pointer, banish all the cards on the field, and then your next time by phase, this comes back, and it still gains the attack of those banished cards. Alright, it's pretty OP. I mean, you can use this plus IP Masquerena and another Link 2 as material to bring this out, so that way it's another interruption. Because right when the monster is special summoned to, or summoned to a link pointer, any link monster's pointer, okay, this effect kicks off where it banishes all cards on the field. And it's crazy, it's a crazy, sorry, excuse my French there, but crazy interruption. Alright, and then for the OTK, you gotta run one Boarsword Dragon. Alright, Boarsword is OP at this moment right now with the Death Row Dangers. Alright, especially 1 second. Okay, so that's it for the links. Moving on to the extra deck monsters that I run. I do run one Draco Stapelia, super poly target. Okay, especially against pendulums. I know they still use the guard dragons and the pendulums right now, so get rid of that Galaxy Ice monster there. I do run one El Shaddoll Wenda. Alright, like what I mentioned earlier with the super poly plus Shaddoll Beast on the field. Bring out Wenda. Now your opponent's locked down to summoning other monsters. Okay, and then the last super poly target that I have is Trishula. Alright, the Dark Icy Imprisonment. Okay, Trishula is good if you're only going up against like guard dragons specifically, because the reason why is it's not only that you can fusion summon it from hand, but you can even use the field too as well. Alright, and it doesn't say your specific like field, right? Okay, it's the entire field itself. So you could super poly with this. I know some people are getting like mixed up with this. They're saying, oh no, it has to be from hand or field, but it says there specifically right there, it says only monsters in your hand and or field, or special summon monsters from the extra deck by banishing the above cards you control. Alright, and this doesn't need super poly. You can even do this going second in your opponent's turn. You can do this, and it's pretty crazy. Alright, I mean, if you do the one with all dragons, you can banish one card from your deck, one card from your opponent's extra deck, and then one card from their extra deck. Yep, so it's pretty good. And 27 beater, not that bad. Okay, moving on to the next cards that I run. I do run one Abyss Dweller, like what I mentioned earlier. Run a hefty load of level 4s. One Dagaris. Dagaris just to get its draw effect, where you draw 2 cards, discard 1 card, and you can do that with the dangers. One Coach King Giant Trainer. This card, little do you know, it requires 3 level 8 monsters, but its effects give you +3 cards. +3. I mean, where can you go wrong with Giant Trainer? Right? So overlay the 3, activate its effect, discard 1, or detach 1 material, draw 1 card. If it's a monster, your opponent takes 800 damage to life points, and you keep it. You don't discard it. There's nothing that states here where you draw it and you have to discard it. You have to get rid of it. No, because even if you draw spell cards, you still, those are just +3. Alright, using 3 monsters, 3 dangers. Alright, or even just using Grapha, just so you can get it back into the grave. It's pretty good. One Hope Harbinger, just so that we can negate some spells. And yeah, Hope Harbinger has been coming in clutch lately. Alright, so the other level 8s that I run is Galaxy Ice Cypher Dragon, just so we can overlay into full armor, so we can pop some cards on the field. And then the last card is one Degrisu. Alright, the reason why Degrisu is just to help get rid of problematic cards on the field that kind of be, destroyed, basically. Right? Because this doesn't, like, destroy, it just sends it to the grave. That's it, just sends. Alright, this is 2600 attack, 21. And then also you can target one Bandit Machine monster as material, but you're not going to really use it. And then you can also use this for its protection effect. Alright, you can detach 1 material and then protect 1 monster that you control. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Moving on to the side deck that I run in here. Alright, so still standard from before. Okay, I haven't changed anything in my side deck yet. So still 2 Vanity's Fiend, triple Artifact Lancia, because Orcus is still at play and they're banishing a lot, so this helps out. Another thing to help out with, like Sky Strikers, what else? Orcus, or even Cyber Dragons, is systems out. Banish those machines, get those machines out of the field. Alright, and in the graveyard, banish all of them. Okay, just so we can get rid of those problematic cards. Also, to help out with the Sky Strikers system, or even any trap heavy decks, you gotta run 3 Epidemic Virus. Alright, this helps. I mean, you run a hefty load of, or not a hefty load, but pretty decent amount of high attack dark monsters. And the other cards that I run just for pendulums, double anti-spell fragrance, and then there can be only one, because apparently the pendulums all have spellcasters in their deck, or even Orcus, Sky Strikers, those kind of stuff. And yeah, it's pretty good. hope to try it out today in a tourney and see how this deck goes. But yeah, if there are some more cards I'll be adding into this deck, and I hope to get some more comments, and I really appreciate you guys commenting on the video below, subscribing, liking it, and then sharing your thoughts about this. So yeah, this is Mark with the Danger Dark World deck profile journey number 2. Alright, and we're going to still continue on moving forward. Alright, it's Mark signing off. Peace.